people do what they want to do. If you find the need that this is a video of substance that leads you to do your own research, then do it. If you figure that this video is trash and garbage, keep scrolling. This is not for you, but I'm simply telling my journey because the girl from Liberty City was in pursuit of greater. I didn't understand that everything I needed was already inside of me. I left my position as the elect, okay? The light, the children of the light, to join something that was called the elite, okay? I joined the elite, but I left my ultimate position of the elect. I think about our last going over, which is a probate show. Now, if we look at the natural, right? And if we're looking at this natural thing, a probate show, and then in probate court. Now, what in probate court happened? It's a legal process to make sure that the last will and testament of the deceased member is carried out. Probate show, probate court. There was something that was happening in the spirit realm that I did not know back then. There was a selling out of the birthright. And if you don't think birthrights are real, I want you to go read about Jacob and Esau. He sold his for a bowl of porridge. As a descendant of Jacob, I do believe that Satan wanted that birthright back. So it came masked, through all of these things that the heart, which is desperately wicked, was in pursuit of. The Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. You can't have that. They want you to be torch bearers, but I want you to then do your research about what's going to happen to these torch bearers. What's the end result for people? So most of us are familiar when it says, what does it profit a man to gain this whole world but to lose his soul? What would it profit you? You got everything here, but your soul is in eternal damnation. And as I begin to do my research, crossing the burning sands. Listen, hold up. That sounds like, Moses and the people of Israel, when they came over and, God parted the Red Sea for them to walk over on dry land. And then he washed up everybody that was in pursuit of them. Now, if we talk about a sea and then a lake of fire, I'm crossing the burning sands. Now, I've left my position of a child of the light to enter into the darkness. I don't want to go to hell. Hell is too hot. I don't want to be tormented. I was really a part of this. I was die hard. I practiced my oops. I practiced in this stuff. I went to other campuses and with other chapters. I want to know how this song should be sang. No, I don't want to sing it the way we've been doing it. I want it to be right according to the musically composition of how this was supposed to be. I want this table to be right. The ambience, the lighting, the this, the that. I wanted things to be right because perfect practice was going to usher in the spirit perfectly. I was in witchcraft. Now, I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about me. I walked around with a ritual book. This is me. Now, what do witches do? Practice witchcraft. Perform rituals. That's what I did. Some people won't keep it funky with you about what they do and they glamorize it. And to the outside looking in, it does look golden. The splendor looks golden. But they've already told you that everything that glitters is not gold. After my birthright, I want everything back that the enemy has stolen from me. Satan's agenda is to steal, kill, and destroy. Something was stolen from a great many people of you who are even inside of these organizations. And the one thing that I want you to know, the elite will pursue you when you are the elect of God. The elect of God know that they are destined for better. And sometimes we get tired of being at the bottom, but you can't go over there. You are the light that folks are trying to emulate. That's an artificial light. Only the light of God will be standing forever.
1940, 5 women charter led by Barranco. A legacy of sisterhood, the ultimate plan. And since that day, we've been the best in the land. We are the old, so sophisticated, never ever duplicated, 3 times imitated. Do we even have to say it? No.
according to the National Pan-Hellenic Council, which is the governing and the coordinating body of the 9 historically black fraternities and sororities, the following organizations are aligned in a concept that was written out by the council, by a member of the council, and that is posted on the internet. The following organizations are associated with these particular pagan gods. Phi Beta Sigma is associated with Horus, the Egyptian falcon god. Alpha Kappa Alpha is associated with Ketesh, a Semitic nature goddess worshipped in Egypt or in the Book of the Dead, which is Sekhmet. Alpha Phi Alpha, it's associated with the Sphinx, the guardian of the tomb or pyramid. Then we have Delta Sigma Theta, which is associated with Minerva, or Isis, as she's also, or Athena, as she's called, which is the elephantine goddess of the Nile floods and fertility. All right. Then we have Kappa Alpha Psi, which is associated with Thoth, which is a leader, or the ibis god of wisdom, writing, and the moon. Then we have Zeta Phi Beta. Zeta Phi Beta is associated with Bastet, which is also known as the devouring lady, the cat goddess of the home and sunlight. Then we have Sigma Gamma Rho, which is associated with Mot. Then we have Omega Psi Phi, which is associated with Anubis, or the royal child, the jackal god. And we see, if you looked at Omega Psi Phi, if you listen to the one pertaining to Omega Psi Phi and Delta Sigma Theta, we see that as Minerva is considered the elephantine god in a particular culture, we see that throughout Greek culture, we see elephants, especially pertaining to the Delta Sigma Theta. We see different animals that associate with different fraternities and sororities. Deltas, they have elephants, and then of course we have Omega Psi Phi, and they have dogs. And those are the gods that those particular organizations are associated with. Now, in the book of Exodus, the 20th chapter, God outlines the 10 commandments, and the very first 2 commandments, the first couple commandments, are concerning idolatry. Now I want us to read that. Exodus chapter 20. And again, we have to use the Bible as our ruler for right and wrong. And the very first 2 commandments read this way: I am the Lord your God, which have brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me.
What's happening on Omega? We know him at 0. Kill, portrait. Omega Pi Omega! Omega Pi Omega! Omega Pi Omega! Omega Pi Omega! Yeah. Yo, brand me, son. Yeah. Brand me, do it on my chest. Yeah. Straight down the middle, son. Yeah. Ah! Yeah, son. Oh, yo, hold up, man.